Okay, welcome back to part two of Revelation Song. And this is where we're going to start using our third principle. We went over our muscle memory and our chords. So now we're going to start incorporating a little bit of rhythm and going through these progressions to Revelation Song. Okay, so now we just finished part one and we made some notes to our song about our D chord in the middle here and about our our A minor seven. But we're gonna spice it up a little bit now that we have the basics down. When you're learning a song, the basics are very, very important. So all of this extra stuff in this section right here, if you don't have the fundamentals in part one, be sure to go back and rewind the video and take your time until you're ready for this part right here, okay? Because we're gonna switch it up a little bit. All right. So let's just say we're going through this song and we're playing the first verse. Most songs start off very simple, and we're going to do exactly what we did in part one. So we're going to start with D in the middle. Let's play it together. One, two. This will be the first verse. Play. And worthy is the Lamb who was slain to the sea. Holy, holy is he. Two, that repeats again. And sing a new song to him who sits on to the sea. Heaven's mercy seat. All right. Now that goes through all the first verse, okay? And we're actually keep this same progression until we get to the second verse. Now I'm going to stop and just jump all the way to the second verse. I think they have actually a chorus in there. Holy, holy is the Lamb of God Almighty. So play all of that, okay? And we're going back to the second verse. And I'm going to show you a different rhythm that you can start playing when the second verse comes around, okay? So remember when we started the first pass with our D in the middle, okay? Well, now we're going to switch it up, and actually on the second time through, we're actually going to play a D in the root position. So let me just get that. Our D in the root position right here, okay? And what we're going to do is for the D, and we're going to do the same thing for this A minor in the root position. What we're going to do is actually play a rhythm. And the theory side, once again, I'm telling you, go back to watch stuff, but watch volume 2 and you'll understand what this is. But we're actually going to play the 9 on both of these and use the 9 or the 2, whichever one. I'll just say that, or the 2. We're going to use that to give us a little bit more melody, okay? So what I mean is, say we're on the D chord. We have to know our major scales, how to get a major scale, because that will help us get our numbers. So on a major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Or the 2, 1, 2. 2 is the same thing as 9, all right? So long story short, we have our D major on our root position, and we're going to use this 9 and substitute that for the 3. That's very common. So we're going to actually not play this 3, but instead play the 9. And by doing that, this is more education, a little bit more theory. That's actually going to give us what they call a sus chord, okay? And to get the rhythm, so we're going to play, instead of the 1, the 3, and the 5, we're going to play the 1, the 2, and the 5. And we're going to play a little arpeggio with it. So in your right hand, just go just like that. So technically, it's still within the D major family, okay? And in our left hand, we're going to play our classic, our 1 and 5. Remember our seesaw? So all we did is go in our major scale once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're just going to play the 1 and 5. And together, you want to arpeggiate that. This is a lot, but stay with me. Together, that's going to give us this little rhythm right here. You see that? That's what it's supposed to sound like. So I'm playing my D, A, D, E, A. Okay, so that basically just to show you once again, instead of just showing you how to play something, I want you to understand what I'm playing and how I got it. So basically this is the same thing. I could go like that, but it sounds better when I use that 2 or the 9, the second note in the scale, and play it that way. Okay, so now that we have the D, we're going to do the exact same thing for the A minor. So I'll go to my A minor. The easiest thing for me to do is just get my 1 and 5 in my left hand first. And that's here. You can either play it with your 1 and 5 here, or eventually you might want to start playing with your 4th finger, because we're going to start stretching out and using our 5th finger for other things. But for right now, you go at your own pace. If you want to use the 5th finger, that's fine. That's all we'll need for right now. But instead of the A minor, let's go back to our regular way we played the A minor. So this one, we're going to do the exact same thing. Instead of playing the 1, we're going to switch up and actually play the 2. Now this is by far probably one of the most popular chords you'll hear, and once again one of my favorite chords. But we're actually going to play the 2, the 3, and this will be the 7. Remember, on this one we played the 5, but now we don't have just the A minor chord, we have an A minor 7. So we need to keep this 7 in here, okay? And when we played the 2, which is the B, the C, and a G, I'm using my 1st, my 2nd, and my 5th finger. All I need to do is add my 1 and 5 in my left hand and add that rhythm again. You see how that goes? So I'm playing the A, E, B, C, and G. So let's go back to the D. Let's play that together with the using the 9. This is our second pass through. So this will be, you start using this on the 2nd verse. Don't do this on the 1st verse. It's going to be too much too early. And if you start this, you kind of, as they say, you have nowhere to go. You have nowhere to take the listener. Okay. So we'll play it together. That right there. 1, 2, ready, play. To the A minor. Back to the D again. To the A minor. Let's do it one more time. D. And to the A minor. One more time. I'll say no lyrics this time. And worthy is the Lamb who was slain. And then we just go to a C in the root position. Still keep our root, our 1 and 5 in the left hand. Now this is a personal decision. You can just play your root and your 1 and 5 in your right hand, or you can do one more little melody rhythm trick, little thing I do, and that is playing the sus again, which is the 1, 2, and just playing your 3 after that. So I'm really going like, I'm playing my C, my D, and my G together, and I just hold my C and my G, take my finger off D, and play E. Now that's kind of sounds like a little country, but you can practice on that. And if you add your 1 and 5 together, you see how that sounds? Okay. And then from there, I just go to a G in the root position. Okay. So let's do all of this together. The first phrase, the second time through for the 2nd verse. You ready? 1, 2. We have our D with the root position to an A, to a C, to a G and G. Let's do it again. Ready, play. To an A. Then I have my C to a G. I'll do it one more time. Ready, play. To my A, to a C, to a G, to ready, back to the D. Now, one more thing I might not have mentioned in the first part is when I do my run, I am playing my top note first and then going into the run. So on the D, I'm playing my A, my pinky, basically both pinkies at the same time, playing the D, my root, and my top note at the same time, and then go into the melody. So it's just practice that a couple times, you know, just my first pinkies together, and then start the arpeggio. And the same thing for A minor. So what you're going to have to get familiar with, once again, this is muscle memory. You're just going to have to get used to now moving your fingers and what it kind of feels like when you're playing a C or when you're playing a sus chord, you know, when you're doing a A minor sus versus a D sus. You know, these are sus chords. So just get familiar with your muscle memory, and I promise you, over time, you'll be flying back and forth through these chords, okay? So don't get too frustrated if you're not getting it just yet. So let's try this one more time before we play the actual song. Let's go through playing this rhythm once again. All right, here we go. 1, 2, we'll start on the D in root position. Ready, play. Where the is the to the A minor. Who was slain to the C, flashes of to the G, and 1, 2, 3. Let's do it one more time. The rhythm. 3, 4 to a A, to a C. Very nice. And the G, root position. 2. Let's end on D. Ready, and very nice, very nice. So that is kind of the whole song. Get these two progressions from going just from your D regular and the D in the middle to your A minor with no trills or extra melody, and then work on adding your melody using the different inversions. All right. So once you're ready, meet me on the next video and we'll actually play the song together.